Hey guys, gonna do a quick video here. Not necessarily an unboxing, but I had picked up a couple of neat lures over the past few days that I really wanted to kind of show off. Like I said, not really an unboxing, just kind of some cool stuff, some neat stuff that a lot of guys haven't seen yet, and a lot of things I'm excited about. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get into it. While not new, something that I haven't used before. Here we have Berkley Powerbait. These are a green pumpkin color. Not anything special about them. I've just never ever used this particular color in Powerbait before. However, on Squall Creek, I have been using green pumpkin Cincos. So I figured I would give the Powerbait a chance. I do like to dip the tail, just the very tail end of the Cinco in chartreuse, JJ's Magic, or the dip and dye, whatever it is you prefer, you use, just to kind of give it something to set it off. But yeah, everybody knows how Powerbait works, so that's that. And next up here, I've heard a lot of really good things about these. These are the Zoom finesse worm. This particular color is Okeechobee Craw. Heard a lot of good things about these for shaky head, so I decided to go ahead and try them out. Let's see if I can get one out of the bag here. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. I think it's about time to start throwing a shaky head around here. I actually went out today, threw one, got one little bite, but was not using one of these worms. I was waiting to do this little video before I got them out and started using them. But as you can see here, I mean, it's just, just the shape and everything, it sets up real well for a shaky head. It's kind of bigger at the front here for you to either screw it in or do whatever you want, and then the tail is smaller to give something to kind of lift up at the end here. So you have a heavier front and then a lighter back, so again, so that it will kind of set up on that shaky head. But yeah, pretty neat little worm. Nothing too special to it, but something I really think will work. Again, this color is Okeechobee Craw. So I did get another pack. Again, this is the Magnum size, so this is a little bit bigger than the other one. Mostly just fatter, as you can see here, than anything else. But this is, again, green pumpkin. Real good color out there on Squall Creek. Again, I'll probably dye the tail, but once again, really good for a shaky head. Pretty excited to get these guys out there this weekend and try them out. Okay, moving on. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know I really like the wave worms better than your Cinco brands, or sometimes I'll use the Zoom's brand as well, or I'll use, I really like Yum's brand, the dingers, the Yum dingers, but I don't like that they have the little slot in them for the hook to go through, and I know it's supposed to be convenient, but I just don't find it that way. As with the actual Yamamoto Cincos, they just tear up real easy. I mean, you maybe get 1-2 fish out of them and they're just gone, and I just hate that about them. But these wave worms, I mean, they last and last and last. Great scent. You can see the action on them. They're not as stiff as the Cinco. Of course, they don't have as much salt in them, I would guess. These do have garlic. They do have a pretty funny smell, and you can see on my hands here how they've started glistening. There's some kind of crap on them. That's the only thing I don't enjoy about these, is that that crap gets everywhere. It does leak out of the bag. It's on the outside of the bag, but I mean, these things work. They absolutely work. But this color is green pumpkin. Again, just sticking with the same theme. We'll do the same thing. As a matter of fact, probably once I get done with this video, I will take these and dye the tail ends of them in chartreuse, and they're good to go. I have another pack of waveforms here. This one is Cinnamon Blue Flake. Weird color, but it looked neat to me. Tried it out. It actually looks kind of pinkish when you get it in the water, but it's worked out there. Way better than I ever would have imagined. So only like I've ever tried it on. Don't know that it'd work anywhere else. It's not a real clear water wake, but I mean, the water's pretty clear. So like I said, this guy works on it. So, and again, wave worms are my favorite Cinco type baits, so pretty excited to get those. Next up, this one is, or these rather, are really neat. Tackle Warehouse got these in. Didn't order them from Tackle Warehouse. I ordered them straight from the manufacturer, but these are Well, I'm pretty sure they're hand poured or hand dipped, whatever it is, but they're a Cabin Creek bait company. They're called buoy worms. Hollow tube straight down the middle of them, perfect for shaky head. Again, like I mentioned just a minute ago, I think it's about shaky head time. And there's not a lot to them. It's just a straight tail worm, except here on the, I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure it won't focus, but you can see there's a little hollow tube that goes through the middle there on the end that runs all the way through the bait, and then you have a solid head up here. So I mean, the buoyancy and the action on these things, I mean, I think they're going to be awesome. I think these are going to be a real killer out there on Squaw Creek, just because I would assume the fish haven't seen anything like this. So I was really excited to get these guys in. This particular color is smokes and fuchsia. I'm pretty sure this will turn up as a gray once we get it in the water, but pretty neat little color. So I did get 3 packs of these, 3 different colors. The next color is smoke and purple. So we have, as you can see there, has more of a purplish tint to it. Again, once you get it in water, I think it'll really have more of a clear purple color, but pretty neat. Again, and you can tell that there's definitely, none of these are the same as if they're manufactured, you know, in a plant or anything. You can definitely tell here. You can see the size difference there, that these are handmade, neat little baits. They're not expensive. I think I paid $16 with shipping for all 3 bags. So, I mean, not horrible. Looking about $4 a bag there. And then the last color we have is watermelon candy. Again, none of these are the same, hand manufactured, neat little baits. So this is just your kind of watermelon color with your flake in it there. It's pretty neat. And you can definitely fill that hollow tube there in the middle. But again, I'm really excited to try these guys out too this weekend and see how they work. Next up, another new-ish lure. I've gone over these before. The new Berkley baits, I was really impressed with them, so I decided to go ahead and get some more. This is the Bad Shad 7, kind of a, I forget Rapala's version of this and what it's called, but just kind of a mid-depth bait. Real thin paws type thing, just kind of a reaction bait, sort of a deep diving jerk bait type thing. Neat little color. Let's see what color this is. It's just blue black, or blue back rather, is the color. I really think this will kill on just about any lake right now, just because of the cold water. You get that water, get this thing down there to where they are. Just let it stop and suspend for a minute, and yeah. Plus, I do believe these things have a fairly erratic action to them, so I really think they'll work. Really get the attention of the fish on this. And again, the quality on these Berkley baits, it's very surprising to me how well they did on these baits, as you can see there. Really nice. Well, I mean, honestly, better than Strike King in terms of quality, just of the make. You can see there. Very cool. Hook's pretty sharp. You can see there. Got stuck on my finger already. But yeah, pretty neat. Pretty excited to get that and try that out too. Next up, this is kind of an old reliable. I just picked up a Rapala DT10. If you watch any of my older videos, you know I'm a pretty big fan of the Rapala baits. If you've never used a Rapala bait, they are made of balsa. They are not made of plastic. Therefore, they're a little bit more buoyant than your other lures. I feel that these get down deeper than your standard plastic baits. That's just me. That might be just all in my head, but yeah, I feel like they work just a little bit better. I feel like the action is better. I feel like I've caught more deep fish on these than I have, let's say, your Strike King 5XD or 6XD. So I just have a lot of confidence in these. This particular is just a pearl gray shiner, just kind of a natural shad type color. So, and again, this is DT10, dives to 10 feet, so this is kind of a mid-depth crankbait. Okay. Picked up some pegs here for doing Texas rigging, etc. Yeah, I mean, if you've never used pegs on your weights, Basically, all you do is slide them on your line first, then put your weight on there, and it just keeps your weight from moving up and down the line. Works good to prevent hang-ups sometimes, because a lot of times when you don't have your weight pegged, the weight can move up and down the line and get wrapped around a tree or something like that. But I've also noticed that sometimes pegging your weights can cost you some bites. I was out with a buddy and noticed that he didn't have his weight pegged. We were throwing the same thing and he was getting bit, and I finally took my peg off and started getting bit. So there's a time and a place for these, but I'm a real big fan of them. So next up, I did just pick up quite a bit of tungsten. A lot of this I picked up from a local, well, not necessarily local, but a tackle shop a little ways away from me called English Pro Tackle. They do have a website. Really nice guys there. One of my favorite places to shop. It's basically Texas's version of a tackle warehouse, and their tungsten is dirt cheap, so I did pick up quite a bit of tungsten while I was there. I want to say these are maybe 50-60 cents a piece, whereas, you know, if you go into any store, you're paying way more than that. You're looking at about $1.50 to $2 a weight. So really cheap tungsten, and I need a bunch because I keep breaking off all my Texas rigs. Next up, getting into some drop shotting. Something else I keep losing. Stopped using tungsten on my drop shot weights and just started picking up lead. So I got a bulk pack here just to kind of get me through, because I do lose a lot of these, again, in trees and rocks and stuff. So pick these up. These are 3/16 ounce, so they'll fall fairly quick. Not super fast, but quick enough. So yeah, I think I paid $6 for these, so it's a pretty good deal. I mean, in terms of what you're paying for and what you're getting. But yeah, keeping with the drop shot technique, my favorite hooks for these, won't use anything else, the Gamakatsu finesse hooks. What I really like about these is they're really no hassle. You tie it to the top part of the swivel here, and then you just hook the string to the weight down at the bottom. Easy, good to go. Super sharp, don't lose any fish on these like I do some other brands. So these are a little bit more expensive. I think they're like $6, $7, but to me it's worth it, so I'm not losing fish all the time. In terms of your drop shot hooks, I really feel like you get what you pay for. So to me, these are really worth it. This particular size is 1 aught. Yeah, just if you haven't tried them, check them out. They're awesome hooks. More Berkley crankbaits. This one was actually picked out for me. Gonna throw this weekend, see what we can't do on it. I was told to buy it, so I bought it. Again, this is the Pitbull 5.5, just kind of your standard 1.5 inch crankbait. So color, what is the color? This one's called Big Money, which is really kind of your citrus shad color. I'll pull it out and show you guys. I think it was more bought because it was pretty than anything, but luckily citrus shad color works pretty well around here. So again, you can see the difference. I've done these lures before, so you can see the kind of shape on it there, how it does. Again, excellent detail on these baits. You can see there, actual imprinted scales. That's not just painted on. So very cool. Again, that's the Berkley Pitbull 5.5. Okay, one more package of the Gamakatsu drop shot hooks, and that's all we have. Actually, I have one more thing, but I'm going to do a separate video on it. Pretty excited about it. It's a brand new lure, but yeah, some pretty cool stuff I got there. I was really excited to get out and use it and kind of show it off. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it.